Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode here at Play Sports Network. Today, with us, we have a very famous character, not just in Sri Lanka, but from an international perspective as well, and that is none other than the Nigel Ratwatte. Thank you so much for joining us today and being a part of this. So, to start off, let's start at the very beginning. What was the exact moment when you were a child, or what was the exact moment that you decided rugby is for me and that you wanted to pursue it as not just a sport but also further to your career?
Well, as I mentioned before in many of the interviews I've had, it all started at Trinity College. And then once I moved to Mauritius, it became the social rugby. And then when I played there and then got this opportunity to go to South Africa, that's how everything became very serious because rugby there is in their blood, and you have to be very competitive if you want to be at that level and to maintain the level. So you always have to be on top. So I think that's where I thought, okay, this is a very interesting game and very physical, very competitive, and it's not as a individual sports. It's a team sport, and I kind of like to be in a team sport where you meet different people. And I thought from there onwards, let's make it happen as a very serious sport in my life. So from there onwards, I continued
Up to
up to
date.
date.
So, like you mentioned, you've been to multiple countries, you played and got training in different countries, you played at different teams under different coaches. What's one experience, whether it was a challenge or a breakthrough, doesn't matter, that really shaped the player and leader that you are today?
I had to take it up, whether you're gonna do it or not. So I took up the challenge of how and where I want to be in rugby. That's maybe that's why I think the person who I am today, because of rugby, the amount of work I put into the game and played, and I guess yes, that's where I think I took that challenge up.
With that, my third question for you is talking about now your present, and just a few weeks back as well. You do play rugby on a daily basis, and on game day, what does your mental and physical routine look like from the time you wake up to the game? What's Nigel Ratwatte's life on a game day?
So I kind of take the game day quite easy and
Okay.
relaxed. I don't try to think too much. So I wake up, have some breakfast, go to the gym, do some stretching and some cardio, make sure my body is ready for the evening game, and then come back, have a swim, normal routine, play with my son,
Okay.
lunch, and then go to the grounds, and then only I start focusing on little things that I have to do for the team, like the planning and how we're going to execute all the moves that we have, which part of the field we are going to play, those tactical things. Then I kind of put into my memory to see in the game where I can do all those things.
Yeah. With that, my next question is actually addressing the younger athletes out there. Now, a lot of young athletes who are aspiring ruggerites or fans like me, we look up to you for a lot. And when we look at you, we think, wow, Nigel Ratwatte has made himself a great name out there. But what do you think, in your perspective, is one misconception that most people out there have about making it big in terms of rugby and in terms of making yourself a good name in sport, not just in Sri Lanka, but internationally as well?
Well, first of all, I would like to thank everyone, like you,
Yeah.
other supporters who look up to me. I feel very proud, Thank you very much. But it's
Always.
quite simple, It's not science. Just be humble. You have to think of what you want to achieve in what you're doing. Can be not only rugby, can be anything. But in general, you have a goal, and then you try to work towards it. You have to sometimes sacrifice. You have to work hard. You have to put in the hard work that you can't even imagine. So do those things, be disciplined in whatever you're doing, and it'll come. I mean, keep working hard.
Okay, so my final question to you is takes a little bit of imagination. Imagine your rugby career as a book. what would the title of the final chapter be? And what message would you want to leave behind for the next generation reading it?
Good question. Need a few seconds to think about it, but just say aim for glory.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I actually aimed, because I was actually to retire last year, but I didn't have the best ending that I wanted to happen in my rugby career. So then I said, we're going to aim for glory, because I don't want to lose and retire. I want to win and
Win and
retire on the
retire.
top. So that was my target. And then the book will say, aim for glory, work hard for it, and then you get succeed.
All right. Thank you so much once again for joining us. That was Nigel Ratwatte, everyone. And to everyone watching, for me, key takeaway, obvious by obvious reason, is aim for glory and stay tuned for a lot more here at P.L.A.Y Sports Network.